Hey guys, my Lexer here. I think this video is going to be decently short, but I just wanted to put out something about this whole situation because this was actually pissing me off. So I was on YouTube and I saw this video called Corpse Husband is Officially Cancelled by Dumpy. I'll leave the link to that video in the description. You can definitely check it out. But in the video, he basically talked about how Corpse Husband, a horror narration YouTuber, apparently got cancelled on Twitter for saying a slur. Essentially what happened is that Corpse Husband, while telling a story on his YouTube channel that was submitted by a viewer, said the D word. The D word is a discriminatory word which is directed towards lesbian women, and it normally shouldn't be said, obviously. That should go without saying. However, in the case of Corpse Husband, he was reading a story from the point of view of one of his viewers. He probably didn't want to change or alter the viewer's story, so he simply read what the viewer had submitted to him. This doesn't mean Corpse Husband is homophobic or anything like that at all. He was simply reading someone else's work. Like, I remember my English teacher, while reading To Kill a Mockingbird, said the N-word out loud to the class. It wasn't racist or anything though, like it didn't have any racist intent. She was simply reading the literature for what it said. But apparently some people on Twitter don't think of it like that. I've gathered a couple of tweets here today and I'm going to try and break them down for you all in this video. So the original tweet says this: Corpse TWT, if you are allies of the LGBT community, please hold Corpse accountable for saying the D slur. Not canceling him, please just try educating him on the topic and tag him in the replies to get his attention. So this guy then proceeded to tag Corpse in the replies like 30 times. First off, he did not say to cancel Corpse, which is a good thing, but I want to analyze the rest of this tweet. I don't understand at all why Corpse, quote unquote, needs to be held accountable. What crime did he commit? He simply read out the story that was submitted to him by the viewer. Since the story was told from the point of view of someone being called the D word, I'm going to assume that the viewer who submitted this story is lesbian. If they truly didn't want to hear Corpse say such a derogatory word, they would have simply written in their story D word instead of the actual word, or told him to censor it or something. They clearly didn't have a problem with it, so why would Corpse feel the need to censor it or not say it? Like, would you cancel your English teacher for reading aloud Of Mice and Men or To Kill a Mockingbird in class? No, I don't think so. Also, what does Corpse need to be educated on? It's not that Corpse doesn't understand the meaning of the word, it's just that that is what was given to him in the text, so that's what he's going to read out. Going back to my previous analogy, do you think English teachers need to be educated about racism against African Americans? No, because they are educated, but they want to stay true to how the author intended for the book to be read. Those words add to the environment and realism of the story. He then states, I really do not want this to hang in the air. He needs to address it ASAP. I'm really sorry, but what the does he need to address? He's a storyteller who told a story the way the author wrote it. You are the one who is making it hang in the air. No one had a problem with what he did. You are the one who created the problem. The next tweet is a reply to another tweet which says, he still said the slur. There was no intent behind it, but he could have censored it. What we can do now is tell him why it's wrong. He has no rights to reclaim the word and the background of the word. That's what's upsetting. I hope you acknowledge. Oh boy, we have really gone down the rabbit hole now. I'd like to point out that this guy even admitted in his own tweet that there was no intent behind it. Like, bruh, then why are you still tweeting in the first place? As for the second part of the tweet about reclaiming the word, Corpse was in no way trying to reclaim the D word or its background. Like I've said about 50 times in this video, he simply read out the script he was given by the viewer. He isn't trying to reclaim your word at all, not even in the slightest. In fact, by Corpse sharing this story with his YouTube platform, he is exposing how rude and discriminatory people can be against lesbians. By actually saying the derogatory word in his video, it makes the situation much more real to the viewers, which in turn makes them more outraged at the injustices lesbians and all LGBTQ people endure. If anything, him saying the actual word in his video is helping out the LGBTQ community by raising awareness to how shitty people can be to them. So next we have a tweet that says, he is telling a story. That is what was said to the protagonist. Are you guys kidding me right now? And the response is, he still said the slur. There was no intent behind it, but he could have censored it. What we can do now is tell him why it's wrong. First off, thank you to the person who tweeted the first thing and for saying what we were probably all thinking. But why do you have to tell him the D word is wrong? He obviously knows the word it's wrong, but it's not like he used the word against anybody. It's not even his own words. He didn't make a mistake at all, so there's no reason to correct him for anything. And the last tweet says, at Corpse Husband, hello, are you going to keep ignoring this? Please say something. With a response that says, hopefully this shows up in his notice. If you can, send my tweet to group chats or keep tagging him in replies to notify him. Unfortunately, it looks like this fella has turned an innocent soul to the dark side. In all seriousness though, Corpse has every reason to ignore these tweets because the points they are making are utter bullshit. He actually did respond to all the people who were tweeting at him, and I'll link his response in the description box if you want to check that out. But he absolutely didn't have to respond because the quote-unquote criticisms of him were all nonsensical. And this person is telling the other person to send his tweets in group chats and stuff, so now other people are going to be disturbed and pestered with all this. that they probably didn't want in the first place. I don't know. I'm just so confused as to what these people are trying to do. Like, I genuinely tried to get into their head and I can't see it. So yeah, anyways, that's about all the tweets we're going to take a look at in this video. There are so many more tweets in this thread, but I really don't want to keep you guys here all day. So in conclusion, we learned that some people are pretty fucking stupid and don't understand the art of storytelling. What a world we live in, man.